All right, folks, what is going on? Before I get started with this episode, I want to let you guys know that my audio is duplicate, so it's gonna sound like an echo. I tried to fix it, but I'm just gonna roll with it because it don't sound bad. It just sounds like it's an echo, but hopefully you guys will be okay with it. I do apologize for the audio situation, but it should come out good. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the episode, and I will see you then. All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 570 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And today we're going to talk about what Terry Fontenot like to call round 8 of the NFL draft, the undrafted free agents. You know, this is the part of the offseason where you may find some diamonds in the rough, guys who may that has not been, really much looked at from other teams, probably overlooked, but turn out to be like hidden gems or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be really interested to see how this plays out because a lot of guys are really trying to find their way to get on a team, and I'm really excited about that. So hopefully we will get a look at a lot of these guys going forward, but I'm going to give you the names of the guys that were signed and some guys I was invited to rookie mini camp. And there's a couple of guys on this list that stands out that I really want to talk about. So we'll get into that. Before I get into the whole spill of the show, I want to congratulate 3 guys from Georgia Southern. That's my school. I love these guys. I love the school. I love these guys for being a big contribution to the taking Georgia Southern to the next level. And hopefully they have much success in the NFL. They all been invited to rookie mini camps or been signed as undrafted free agents. One is Kyle Van Treese. He has been, I think it was 2 teams that he was invited to minicamp. I know one of them was the Bucks. Kyle Van Treese, phenomenal player for Georgia Southern last season. Hopefully he will make a name for himself in the NFL. Amari Jones, a utility player, offensive weapon. See him play many positions at Georgia Southern for 2 years he was there. Did a phenomenal job with the team. Unfortunately, an injury sidelined him for the latter part of last season, but he's a phenomenal talent, and hopefully he'll do some things with the Jets. Also, Najee Thompson. I did a video on him a while back on his channel. Check that out, GS Spotlight of Najee Thompson. Another utility guy, great on offense, defense, and special teams. Could be utilized anywhere, and hopefully the Vikings will see that, and he makes the team. It's just phenomenal to see these guys when they come in as, a freshman, or they come in as a Georgia Southern Eagle via transfer, and they make a name for themselves, not only in the school, but possibly in NFL. So that's absolutely awesome. So I got those guys out of the way. Wish them guys the best. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and Google Podcasts. So if you're not able to catch the YouTube side of things, go ahead and subscribe over there to Spotify or Stitcher or any of those other avenues. Give me a listen. Hopefully you guys will like the content. Also, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. If you're not able to catch the podcast side, I actually recommend subscribe to both, just in case if one is down and the other one is running. It happens sometimes. Also, I could be found on my website, firstandframerates.com. Over there, there's basically the hub of the show where everything happens. Got some new things that's going to be coming up within the next week or so on the website. So hopefully you guys check that out. All right, I've done enough talking. So check this out. These undrafted free agents look pretty good, but I have a couple of them that I want to talk about. Shout out to the Falcoholic. Those guys put this together. Really, really appreciate what those guys do over there. Go to their website every now and then and check out some things. But with that being said, let's look at some of these undrafted free agents. Now, none of these guys really stand out except for 2, and I'm gonna name them really quick. Starting off with Carlos Washington from Southeast Louisiana. Didn't see him play much. Heard that he's a pretty solid running back. Let's see how that goes. Justin Marshall out of Buffalo. Keelan Harris, wide receiver out of Oklahoma Baptist. I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to try it. Ekena Echenuku. I think I said that right. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. I highly apologize. From Rice. Mike Jones. Who? Yeah, Mike Jones Jr. for LSU. Interesting with that pickup. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. So those are the 5 that were signed. I think it was 6 signed, but as of right now, it's only 5. Guys who was invited to rookie minicamp was center Jacob Gall from Baylor, edge rusher Kevon Bennett for Arkansas State. That's an interesting pickup. A very interesting rookie minicamp invite was Chase Bryce for Appalachian State. I want to talk about him in a minute. He's one of the 2 that I want to talk about. Hunter Svoboda from Ouachita Baptist, defensive back for Orlando Jordan from Southeastern. You also have Jaquez Jones from Kentucky, Matthew Trickett from Minnesota as a kicker, Javon Hicks from Cincinnati, former Desmond Ridder teammate, tight end Gunnar Oates from Eastern Michigan, Trey Morrison from Oklahoma, and we also have Barry Wesley as XFL Seattle Sea Dragons. So XFL is getting some love over here. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's get to see that. Now, the 2 that stands out to me. I watched these 2 guys play personally because they was in a group of 5. This kid, Justin Marshall from Buffalo, this kid is absolutely amazing at 6'4", 210. I've watched him play against my Georgia Southern Eagles in the last Camellia Bowl where we lost 23-21. It's kind of funny. In 2018, we won that Camellia Bowl in 23-21, but that's kind of weird how the scores flip like that. But Justin Marshall is going to be somebody to watch. I think he can make the team. I think he could take Frank Darby's place, if anything. You got all these other receivers. You can remove Frank Darby and put in Justin Marshall. And it's not a knock on Frank Darby. Frank Darby hasn't shown us anything for the past 2 years, going on 3. Justin Marshall's going to be that guy who's going to be just as productive. Big physical guy who can run, who can catch, don't mind going up for the ball. Very physical guy. Gave my Georgia Southern Eagles nightmares. So watch out for that guy. I think he can possibly make the team. He could possibly be the surprise like Jared Bernhardt was last season. And now he's supposed to be like 100% healthy, so he's probably going to be making a difference on the team. Watch out for that between him and Scotty Miller. Keelan Harris from Oklahoma Baptist. I haven't heard much about him, but he's having a wide receivers, but he's not another one. He's not the one I want to talk about. The other person I want to talk about is Chase Bryce from Appalachian State. I'm going to tell you right now, I like Taylor Heineke and I like Desmond Ridder. This is a kid that you want to hold on to. I think this kid is extremely talented. I think he can play some ball. He's a baller. This kid can flat out play the quarterback position. I'm not saying that he's better than the other 2. Obviously, I don't think he is. But this is a kid that you could possibly develop with a year under this regime and make something happen. I think as of right now, I think he'd be an excellent backup even over Taylor Heineke because Taylor Heineke is he's a little bit older. He's a little bit more of a threat to Desmond Ridder. But you can't go wrong if any of them play. Chase Bryce is, I'm not saying that he's going to be QB1, but he has the tools that you possibly can make that happen. Bringing him in and see what he can do is an excellent decision. For me, he kind of reminds me of more of a controlled version of Kyle Van Treese. And I'm not saying that Kyle Van Treese is uncontrollable as far as gunslinging and throwing the ball. It's just that Chase Bryce had more of a controlled offense, and the offense that goodness, what's his name? Just that quick. Arthur Smith runs. He can run it, but he's just not as athletic. He kind of reminds me of a kid that has like some type of speed, but he's actually very, very tough and durable. So between him and Justin Marshall, these are the 2 guys you may want to look at. Now, there's other rumblings that I heard there's another wide receiver supposed to be coming in, or whatever the case may be. I just heard rumblings of it. I don't know for certain. If I can get that information before the show is, I will let you guys know. But but everybody else, the Mike Jones, linebacker situation, I like that. Even with all these other linebackers, Jacquez Jones that's coming in, I like the sound of those. Kevon Bennett as well. I kind of lean towards more of Kevon Bennett because the linebackers is kind of stacked. It's kind of stacked. I don't think it's going to be a situation where any one of these guys could actually hit a spot unless they do absolutely well. And it won't hurt to add them to the team if we have the space. I just don't necessarily see it. I think these guys are going to be bought in just to see what they can do, especially Jacquez Jones and Kevon Bennett. Mike Jones has pretty much been signed as an undrafted free agent, so they have him under contract. Ekena Ekachuwu, I think I said it right, yeah, Chuwu. I butchered his name, I know I did. He's another one that's signed, so they may lean towards him before they lean towards Kevon Bennett. But the ones who've been rookie camp invites, Chase Bryce, I don't think that kid, they should get that kid up out of here. He should, if anything, they might want to hold on to him. All the other guys, we'll see how it goes. I'm not really sold on anybody else. To be quite honest, I'm surprised Chase Bryce hasn't been drafted. It's kind of similar to Cal Van Treese. I don't know why any of these two were drafted, especially with how top-heavy the quarterback situation was. After that, you still had other guys dropping like Hendon Hooker, and even after that, you still had two sound quarterbacks with Chase Bryce and definitely Cal Van Treese. I don't like Appalachian State, obviously. I don't like Appalachian State because I'm a Georgia Southern Eagle. But at the same time, I can recognize when you have somebody that is be able to put something together and play the position to the ability that they can. This kid is a baller. I've seen him not just at Appalachian State. When he was at Duke, he played pretty well. Came with Appalachian State and did some great things. He's one of the reasons why Texas A&M lost that and they beat Texas A&M. You know what I mean? I mean, this kid can play. So high praises if he becomes an Atlanta Falcon, that will be cool. But I think he has another invite with the Commanders. And to be quite honest, I think the Commanders would be better suited for him because I think they need more of they need a quarterback more than we do. But that's one kid. Him and Justin Marshall, you don't let those guys leave the facility. You find a way to sign these guys to something. You know, even if you have to put Chase Bryce, sign him as an emergency third string like you did with Felipe Franks or something. You want this kid to learn in your office. And I know, like I said, you still have Desmond Ridder still on the contract. You still got Taylor Heineke. But you just never know. You give him a shot and let him learn the system and see where it goes. This kid can surprise a lot of people. I believe that like I said, I put him on the same echelon as like Cal Van Treese. You don't see much of them, but you see all the records that they put up. You see all the passing yards they put up. I mean, you just don't put those type of passing yards up just by just tossing the ball up there thinking that you can, just hopefully somebody catches it. There's a method to the madness of these guys playing quarterback. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if Chase Bryce will stick around. I'm not banking on it, but if it was up to me, that's something I would do. Justin Marshall's another one. The rest of the guys, I don't know. I haven't heard much about them for the most part, but from what I know, what I see, out of all of these guys that are coming in, those two guys stand out absolutely. And with Mike Jones being from LSU, you don't really want to lean on the school too much, but, that defense was actually pretty decent, and I'm pretty sure he had something to do with it. Same thing with Jacquez Jones out of Kentucky. But like I said, I don't know much about them. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know. I only know much about Chase Bryce and Justin Marshall. I watched these guys play against my Georgia Southern Eagles. The double overtime game against Appalachian State was an ESPN instant classic. I mean, I highly recommend that. We beat them 51-48 in dramatic fashion. It was an excellent game. And with that being said, I'm of the mindset that he should get a shot because that kid can ball. I mean, I asked the North Carolina Tar Heels when they almost beat them. I asked Texas A&M. You know what I mean? I love the fact that they lost a lot of games last season, but no doubt that the kid can ball. Justin Marshall as well. Now I'm going in circles. I said enough. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. Not much information here, but these other guys just let you know who were drafted in the 8th round and let you know my thoughts and opinions on these guys, and those two stick out. So if you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. Round number 8 of the Atlanta Falcons draft. This is the undrafted free agents, the guys who were signed, the ones who was invited to rookie minicamp. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Justin Marshall or Chase Bryce or any other of these other guys that I mentioned. What do you think about Javon Hicks from Cincinnati? What do you think about the XFL pickup? What about any of these other guys? Could you give me some information that I may know or may not know? Let me know. So, because I don't mind trying to figure out what it is, what these guys are talking about. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys in the next one for 571. And if any other news breaks, I will put a video up prior to that. Check me out on YouTube and Rumble. Also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. FirstandFrameRates.com is the website. And I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and you guys be blessed. Peace.